What is going on, everybody? My name is Jonathan Lyman of the Jonathan Lyman brand, and we got to talk about it, man. Joe Budden. And the topic is Joe Budden the problem? Because, in my opinion, I think Joe Budden might be the problem. Because if you break down some things that we're about to do, it always comes back to Joe. So, after this, we're going to see, what do you all think? Is it Joe's fault? Or is it everybody else's fault? Does Joe Budden has this thing in him that makes him have to self-destruct in certain situations? I don't know, man. Let's see. For those of you who do not know anything about Joe Budden, let me tell you, man. 2003, Joe Budden had the hit song, Pump, Pump, Pump It Up. We ain't gonna talk about what the real meaning of Pump It Up is. We're gonna let that go for another day. But he had to hit, Pump, 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 Pump It Up. He had to hit, smash, making money, still making money off of that song probably. Killed the game with that one. We were like, okay, well, Joe in the game for real now. Guess what happens? Joe and the Def Jam executives argue over directions of Joe's second album, and Joe eventually gets dropped from Def Jam. After that major hit, he just couldn't get another one, man. Another one. He couldn't get it together. Him and Def Jam had to go their separate ways. Pump It Up. I mean, we all were looking for Pump It Up too. Guess it couldn't happen. Now we're going to keep on going. Joe Budden starts the Joe Budden podcast in 2015. Remember that. We're going to get back to that in a second. Joe creates this hit show, Everyday Struggle, on Complex. Him and DJ Academics and Nadeska, great chemistry. They killed the game in 2017. They started that show, great numbers, great for the culture. Everybody loved that show. They were doing great numbers, killing it. But Joe gonna do what Joe do. By the end of 2017, Joe just couldn't keep it, man. Joe was like, deuces. Back when he was, he had a kid, so he took a couple days off. That's what they tried to tell us. But Joe was gone, man. Joe didn't like the direction of Everyday Struggle. He put some demands out for them, and they did not come through. He wanted that money up, and they did not do that. So Joe was like, man, I'm gone. I'm going to create on my own thing. Speaking of things, we might as well talk about it now. Joe Budden relationships with the great Sin Santana. Y'all see Sin? Joe couldn't make that work. Allegedly, Joe Budden was out here cheating on her. And they got a son together. They just couldn't get things together. So Joe does what Joe does. Has a great thing with Sin. And now it's over. Joe Budden, the problem. Is he? I don't know. Let me know what y'all think so far. Now remember, I talked about the podcast earlier. Now let's talk about it now. The Joe Budden podcast. Rory, Mal, and Parks. They came on and they straight up started killing the game. But when you talk about killing the game, I gotta talk about the sponsor of this video, Manscaped. Y'all already know, man, the tournament season is upon us. Take care of your holes and your hair with the best tools available to do the job, and that is Manscaped. I want to thank them for being a sponsor. They're great. They already know when the clock clicks down, y'all want something clutch. And what is clutch is Manscaped. They're trusted by over 2 million men worldwide. And it's time for you all to join the Manscaped movement and start taking care of your balls today. with 20% off and free shipping by going to manscaped.com using the code JLB for your exclusive offer. Because you already know your bracket isn't supposed to be perfect, but with Manscaped Performance Package, you can be confident that your nose, ear, and bald pubes are. I'm telling you, man, you don't want to go out, be on a date with a girl, and she look, wow, you got all the hair in the nose and the ears. But that's cool. Sometimes you slip up. But when you got that nose trimmer, you can real fast, come back, sit down, like nothing happened. You must have been seeing things. I ain't got no problem. I'm good to go. That's how you do it, man. Easy as that. Get that. Use some ball wipes. Everything you need. Get the Manscaped underwear. Manscaped has everything you need. The Manscaped Performance Package is the ultimate men's hygiene bundle and #1 seed this season. What's included is in this package going to be the Weed Whacker ear nose trimmer. It's going to provide skin safe technology. It's going to reduce nicks and knacks on your stuff down there. Don't forget about the Lawnmower 3.0 trimmer. It's the best trimmer on the market today. It's so smooth. Don't forget about that crop preserver ball deodorant. It's going to get you going. The ball tuner. It has everything you need to get you going. And don't forget, when you get that performance package, you're going to get 2 free gifts along with that. You're going to get some boxers and you're going to get a travel bag. Great products, man. Like I said, don't forget about them wipes. And also, Manscaped has partnered with the GOAT, Alex Caruso, and the Testicular Cancer Society to bring awareness to testicular cancer, men's health, and early cancer detection. Manscaped is committed to raising awareness for the most common form of cancer in men aged 15 to 35, giving them support, and the fight continues. Don't forget, man, we save balls. Go ahead, man. Get yourself 20% off and free shipping with the code JLB at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com and use the code JLB. When things get hairy, make sure to call in Manscaped. It's clutch time. All right, y'all. Joe Budden podcast was killing the game, man. Putting up great numbers. To the point where they even signed a deal with Spotify. Allegedly over a nice bit of money. But guess what? Joe don't know what to do with nice things. Joe got upset with the Ringer and Bill Simmons. They got $200 million. And obviously with the Joe Rogan news and how much money he got, you know, Joe, he was like, you know what? I put up these numbers. I put up this. I put up that. Y'all got to show me my worth too. And Joe doesn't have the skill of really going back and forth with people. But like, how about this number? How about that number? He's all in type of person. He doesn't really do a good job of negotiating. And if he could negotiate better, I think a lot of things would have been better. And a lot of things wouldn't have went sour like they did with a lot of stuff with him. Then they signed the deal. They decided to bounce from Spotify. They weren't happy. March 2020. Podcast, man. It's not looking good. Rory and Mal decided to bounce on Joe because they were unhappy. We've heard some numbers, how much money that they were getting paid from DJ Academics. Don't know if that's 100% true or not, but I could believe it because the one thing about them that I could feel like they get frustrated with, and Academics said this before, when it comes to deals, Joe, wherever they struggle, Joe will go negotiate his deal. Academics will go negotiate his deal. When it comes to like the Joe Budden podcast, it looks like Joe would negotiate the deals for everybody, and then Rory and Mal would get the residuals of that instead of them going to get their individual deals as being, you know, partners in the podcast. I think that's all what it takes. They all need to be considered partners. I think Joe considers them as co-workers instead of partners. Joe feel like he's the boss and whatever he says goes, and they just need to be happy because he's Joe Budden. And Rory and Mal was sick of it. They were like, nah, man, we want our paper too. We know our worth. and you need to pay us. We need to get paid, man. So big ups for them for doing that. And then also news broke that Rory and Joe, they're actually going to go to counseling, see if they can get things together. You know, these guys are friends, so hopefully they can come together and get things worked out, and we can get the Joe Budden podcast back. You know, they signed with Patreon, so they got all the content coming up. People not liking the Rory and Mal less episodes to keep them 100. So Joe got to be like, Joe and Ian probably like, man, we got to get Rory and Mal back, man. So hopefully they get back. And like I said at the beginning of the video, what do you all think? Is this a Joe Budden issue? All this because Joe Budden just has this thing about not being able to succeed the way he should. He always has to, things are going good, he has to, boom, sabotage it. That's what I think happens with him. Hopefully he can fix that with some counseling, whatever. Cause like, you look at Joe, you be like, man, I got everything going. Then you hear some news and like, boom, like that. Things that got messed up. But shout outs to Joe Budden, huge fan. Shout outs to Rory and Mal. You know, seeing everybody I talked about in the video. Hopefully y'all do great. Make sure that you all like, comment, subscribe to the channel and everything like that. And see y'all on the next video, man.